You're probably watching this because you're not satisfied with your current situation. You're looking for something bigger. Today, we're cutting through the noise and misconceptions of success to unveil a fundamental yet ignored reality that could be the missing link in your drive for greatness. Today, we're delving into the groundbreaking ideas in James Clear's book, Atomic Habits. This isn't a case of good fortune, talent, or even hard work. It's about the minute decisions that can either hold you back or catapult you into a higher level of performance. So keep an eye out because what you're about to learn could change your life. Are you ready to learn the secrets? Let's get this party started. 1. Big things start with modest changes. Let us begin with a simple reality. Rome was not built in a day, but bricks were laid every hour. The same is true in your life. You may not notice immediate changes, yet every single action you perform contributes to the framework of your future self. This is the heart of Atomic Habits, the idea that small changes can have big consequences. You may be wondering how something so insignificant can have such a big influence. Consider this. If you improve by just 1% per day, you'll be 37 times better at the end of the year. That is the force of daily improvement compounding. And here's the kicker. Making progress is one of the most wonderful experiences in the world. It's tremendously inspiring to see those modest victories add up. It is the fuel that drives the engine of aspiration. So, the next time you're tempted to dismiss a minor action as trivial, remember that it's another rung on the ladder to greatness and another brick in the wall you're constructing. Every move you take is a vote for the person you want to be. Let's talk about your identity, the foundation of who you are. Habits, you see, are more than just acts. They are a reflection of your identity. When you make a decision, you are not only determining what to do, you are also voting for the type of person you want to be. For example, reading a book instead of browsing through social media is a vote for being a student rather than a passive consumer. When you go to the gym instead of pushing the snooze button, you are choosing a healthy lifestyle over convenience. But here's the kicker. No single action will change your beliefs overnight. The aggregate of these votes defines your identity over time. And as your identity evolves, so does your ability to engage in specific habits that are consistent with that identity. It's a self-perpetuating cycle. So, if you've been having trouble forming new habits, it might be time to adjust your focus. Rather than asking, what do I want to achieve, consider, who do I want to become? Then start voting for that identity with your actions. Remember that you're not simply creating habits, you're also creating a new version of yourself. 3. Consistency. Never miss it more than once. Consistency is the hidden success hero. You've probably heard the expression, consistency is crucial. But do you understand why? It's because habits don't emerge overnight. They demand continual effort. And this is when the adage, never miss it twice, comes into play. Consider the following scenario. You've committed to a new training program, but one day you're simply too tired or something urgent comes up and you skip the gym. In the larger scheme of things, missing one day isn't a big issue. But what occurs next is critical. Your safety net is the never miss it twice principle. If you skip a day, you make it a point to get back on schedule as soon as possible. Why? Because filling a small hole is significantly easier than digging oneself out of a huge pit. So, the next time you make a mistake, don't punish yourself. Instead, make it your job to recover as soon as possible. This simple yet effective rule can be the difference between habits that stick and habits that fade. Being resilient is more important than being flawless. 4. Habit stacking. It can be difficult to start a new habit from scratch. But what if you could piggyback it on something you're already doing? Welcome to the realm of habit stacking, a tactic for making habit formation easier. This is how it works. You identify an existing habit and stack your new desired behavior on top of it. For example, if you already wash your teeth every morning, you may combine that with a new habit of visualizing your goals. The existing habit acts as a catalyst for the new one. The benefit of habit stacking is that it eliminates guesswork. You don't need to figure out how to incorporate this new habit into your daily routine. Simply add it to something you're currently doing. It's like adding a new puzzle piece to an old one. Consider your daily routines and locate areas where you may stack a new behavior. It's a simple yet efficient method for developing new habits without overwhelming oneself. The idea is not to change everything all at once, but to make long-term improvements that stick. Enjoy the process. Whether it's losing weight, starting a business, or mastering a talent, most individuals are obsessed with the ultimate result. We are frequently preoccupied with the finish line. But what if I told you that the secret to long-term success is in the trip, not the destination? Something beautiful happens when you fall in love with the process. You allow yourself to feel pleased right now. You find fulfillment in the daily grind, practice, and gradual progress. What's more, guess what? This makes the voyage more than acceptable, but also delightful. This shift in viewpoint is liberating. You discover contentment in the current moment, rather than continually seeking the next milestone. You enjoy the sweat, the battle, and the minor victories that most people overlook. That, my friends, is game-changing. Because when you're motivated by the process, you're not simply striving towards accomplishment. You're having fun along the way. So the next time you're waiting for that huge win, take a step back and appreciate the process. Your future aspirations will appreciate it. But more importantly, so will your present self. As goals set the course, mechanisms make it happen. Let us discuss goals and systems, two phrases that are sometimes used interchangeably yet are fundamentally distinct. A goal is something you desire to do, a destination you wish to reach. A system, on the other hand, is the collection of routines and behaviors that will lead you to your destination. Goals, you see, are fantastic for giving you that initial surge of inspiration. But what happens when the thrill of the moment wears off? That is where systems come in. A goal may declare, I want to lose 20 pounds, whereas a system may say, I will exercise for 30 minutes every day. The aim specifies what to do, but the system specifies how to do it. Here's the thing. If you focus only on objectives, you're setting yourself up for an emotional roller coaster and are more likely to fail, consistently falling short of them. However, when you concentrate on systems, you are always in the game. You're constantly making improvement, which is a triumph in and of itself. So, if you've been focused on objectives, it's time to transfer your focus to systems because in the end, if you're always in the game, you'll inevitably win sooner or later. 7. Take charge of your surroundings. Have you ever pondered why some habits remain and others fade away? The answer is frequently found in your surroundings. Your surroundings, you see, are more than just a backdrop to your life. They are an active participant in it. They have a big impact on your behavior, sometimes quietly, sometimes explicitly. The essential point here is to be the creator of your world rather than just a consumer of it. What does this imply? It entails structuring your surroundings to make healthy behaviors simpler and harmful habits more difficult. For example, if you want to eat healthy, keep fruits and vegetables easily accessible and junk food hidden. Keep a book on your bedside or coffee table if you wish to read more. You can set yourself up for success by creating an environment that encourages you to make excellent decisions. It's like having a personal coach in your life who gently guides you in the proper route. What's more, the best part? Maintaining excellent habits becomes almost straightforward once your environment is set up. It's not about relying on willpower. It's about creating a society in which making the correct choices is the easiest. So take a moment to evaluate your surroundings. What changes can you do to create an environment in which success is unavoidable? 8. Practice, not perfection. The enemy of progress is perfection. How many times have you put something off because you wanted things to be perfect? The truth is that mastery is achieved via practice rather than perfection. I don't fear the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks, stated Bruce Lee. I fear the man who practiced one kick 10,000 times. Repetition is your best friend when it comes to habits. Whether you're studying an instrument, working out, or picking up a new skill, the key is to begin with repetition rather than perfection. Each repetition is a little but significant step towards making that habit a permanent part of your life. Consider this. The first time you do something, it feels awkward, if not difficult. But as you do it again and again, it gets more natural, even automatic. That is the strength of repetition. It makes the unknown familiar and the difficult doable. Don't get caught down in the minutia if you want to master a new habit. Don't wait for the perfect moment, perfect strategy, or perfect circumstances. Begin right away and let repetition work its magic. Because in the end, it is not one-off performances, but constant acts that create legends. 9. Self-control and motivation. Let's debunk a myth. Successful individuals are constantly motivated. What is the truth? They aren't. They, like everyone else, have bouts of laziness, procrastination, and a lack of motivation. What is the distinction? They still show up. Discipline is doing what needs to be done whether you like to or not. Motivation, you see, is fickle. It appears and disappears. But habits are dependable. That is why, even when successful people don't want to do something, they do it regardless. They recognize that the road to greatness is paved with consistency, not flashes of inspiration. So how can you put this into practice in your life? Simple. Make a deal with yourself to show up regardless of how you feel. The act of turning up, even when you don't want to, builds a sense of commitment and discipline that motivation alone cannot deliver. Remember that the battle is often won before it begins. You've already taken the first step by deciding to show up. And once you get started, you'll often discover that the drive you seek emerges spontaneously as a result of action. So the next time you're feeling stymied by a lack of drive, don't wait for it to arrive out of nowhere. Take action, and motivation will follow. This is the path of the victor. Okay, you've gained a wealth of knowledge from Atomic Habits. But let's face it, information without action is just entertainment. So here's your challenge. Pull out your phone right now, open your Notes app, and jot down one micro habit you're going to start right now. It may be anything as easy as performing 5 push-ups every morning or reading 1 page of a book every night. Got it? Good. Set a reminder for 1 week from today to check in on your progress. It's not just about creating a new habit. It's about reclaiming control of your life. And if you believe this video can help someone else take control of their destiny, please share it. Let us not only strive for personal achievement, but also for the betterment of people around us. You now have the ball in your court. What is your next step?